Now, your main focus card is on harmony, playing nice with others, working with others, a group. Maybe it's actually a band that you're a part of, that's your focus. A party as well, gathering of people, something that's worth celebrating is happening here and is at the center. It could be someone's birthday too, that also just popped in my mind before I switched off. Now, on the general side, we have the Six of Swords and the Three of Swords and Knight of Pentacles. And here again, in particular, I noticed the two female energies looking away or looking towards something, and I feel like it's about the past here. Contemplating moving away from it. The situation has been difficult, painful, even with the Three of Swords here. There could have been a tough separation that maybe it actually involved travel, long distance, and it involved you separating from something that wasn't easy to do. And it could have actually just been a difficult journey that you've experienced recently. Maybe it was in the past and it's a significant thing for you this week. But regardless, I mean, the end card here for the week is the Knight of Pentacles. So we have progress, albeit a little bit slow, but it's movement forward and it's taking things at a even no rush pace and working on something, being diligent with something and taking, again, the time for something here that you may consider valuable. For some, this could be work-related news, financial information that comes in. And in terms of work, maybe it leads you somewhere far, and this trip that's a possibility is not easy because you're separating from family or from friends, and maybe it's not like a week, maybe it's going to be a month or something along those lines. Maybe it is a week and you haven't been away that long either, and that's still difficult for you. Now, on the love side, we have the Two of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands. This is wonderful for love. Now, it is also it's strongly independent whenever I see the Nine of Pentacles here. It's like there's a choice here that you're making, either involving a female, you're a female, you could be making this just for yourself. You want to focus on your freedom, your independence, which doesn't mean that you're not in a relationship, but those things are key to you, key to a successful relationship. You may also have important things in career or money that you want to accomplish, and you want to make sure the person that you tie yourself with is respectful of that. That feels like something I needed to say. Now, in other cases, this feels like a very healthy sexual connection that's being experienced this week, whether it's with your current partner or you're single and you're meeting someone. There could be a lot of chemistry, even if you're not having a physical contact, for instance. There could just be a lot of things that are said that's exciting between you and someone, plans being made. And I feel for the most part, again, there is a strong physical attraction, even if you're not engaging in that, but the energy is there. And you also have that spark too, where it's like, I want to, maybe think about who I want to commit to. But at the same time, that person giving you freedom is important. Four of Wands. Ace of Cups. New relationships for some are at the center. This could also, again, involve a very strong emotional tie. Lots of feelings are connected here with this celebration. It could be as a concert that's a focus, some sort of expression, artistic, emotional expression that's at the center. Could be celebrating something new, again, that there's an emotional attachment or strong emotional feelings here that's being celebrated. General. Five of Cups. So we have some disappointment that has been experienced, but you are able to move on from it in some way because Knight of Pentacles is there and is just putting the pieces back together, taking his time. Why the Five of Cups? Something has changed dramatically where the situation isn't how it used to be at all and will never be how it used to be, and you know that, and that may have impacted you a great deal. Three of Swords. Magician. Let me see, Six of Swords. With that, and the Magician and the Knight of Rods, this is what I initially got with the Magician on its own, was that someone may have actually left you behind temporarily or permanently. And it may have felt out of your control. You may have tried to do something about it, but have been unable to. Like you didn't have everything you need in order to accomplish something. And it could have been taken from underneath you, but the Knight of Pentacles is here. But we have some good news that is offsetting this energy, which is about Ace of Pentacles. Okay, that's the Ace of Pentacles. So we have a new emotional state with the Ace of Cups, and we also have a new opportunity here as well that's very, very attractive, and you have worked hard towards. What would you say all the difficult energy is about? The King of Cups. So the difficult energy seems to surround a person. It could be a water sign. It could be someone who is not typically open with their emotions, and circumstances around them, especially your connection to them, have changed dramatically. What they have done, what they have said has been unexpected to you, or you've been disappointed by them. But again, new opportunity has come through outside of that, which has more than likely attracted you and has made it easier to move on from the negativity. That's how I feel. Love. World. This I'm also seeing like quite the change that you're anticipating, but you may not see it coming just yet with the Two of Swords. You may also feel like you're not completely ready for it with that Two of Swords, but there is a shift in energy with your current partnership, or if you're single, you're more than likely looking at the possibilities of entering into a relationship which will take you out of that singlehood. Ace of Wands. High Priestess. I feel like the situation is a bit in the dark for the moment. You could be learning about someone. I feel like it's a bit in the dark with the Moon energy. You may have a lot of hidden feelings about it, even though you're excited nonetheless. Those feelings could be hidden for the time being, like you're not telling someone how you feel about them. There is something again here that is worth celebrating. You're excited about it. This could be you wanting to take initiative and action as well, but holding off for the time being. Two of Wands. Whatever that choice is, it involves direct communication on your behalf or someone's behalf. And the Nine of Pentacles. Now I'm reading actually that as you're more than likely, if you're single, you're bored with being single and you want to change. You want a drastic change. You want a new world for yourself. You may not be able to see it coming, but I do feel like the opportunity is there with the Ace of Wands as an outcome card. You may have a lot of hidden feelings about entering a relationship, but regardless, I think the interest is still strong, that you won't like block any possibilities that come your way. Jump into the general. It does appear as though you're working through a situation. So you may have experienced something that was difficult with the Three of Swords energy, but you're pushing past the energy through hard work and dedication to attempt a recovery. Now, some of you could actually be trying to physically recover from an ailment. Others of you are, again, maybe even finding something to put your energy into. And through that dedication and focus on some other particular trade, hobby, something of that sort, it's helping you heal whatever the Three of Swords may be. With the outcome card as a Fool, this is fresh energy. This is being able to restart and not basically wallow in the energy of the Three of Swords. So that's actually very positive to see. Now, we do have the main focus, though, as working very hard. We see this female energy, and she's carrying all these 10 sticks, has a long way to go. She's a long way from home. And she obviously, you know, has a bunch of responsibility on her plate. And it more than likely will feel that way for you overall this week. Like having more than you, I wouldn't say more than you can handle, because she's actually more than able to carry all these wands. But there's an energy of wishing, you know, you could just kind of relax a bit, lay this stuff down. But it does feel that things are progressing, despite maybe even feeling overwhelmed and tired and wanting a break. And in some cases, whatever these burdens are could be a distraction for you from this Three of Swords energy, because she's like facing that way, moving away from the Three of Swords. And it's like she's seeing her progress, seeing how far she has left to go before she's able to completely heal from a situation. Now, on the left side, we have the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Coins with the King of Cups. So you definitely have the possibility of a romantic prospect this week. But you have your reservations about this person. You have this energy of like, is this person for real? Can I trust them? So those questions I feel are coming up, seeing the Seven of Swords next to the Ace of Pentacles. You may feel as though this guy is putting on a show or being a little bit too charming for you. You may feel that they're holding back quite a bit, like holding back some information about who they are, their likes, and so on. I just do feel like you have questions and doubts surrounding the possibility of a partnership. If you're already in a like long-term relationship, then I feel like someone here is offering something up. So is asking the other person, do you want to do this? How about we go ahead and do this together? Whatever that offer is, I feel as though you're questioning how much this person is actually willing to do this, or how much they want to, if it's even legit. Oh, keep forgetting. All right, let's get one extra card for the general. Knight of Cups. Love. Eight of Wands. And the Two of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. So we have changes for the better. So you may have experienced hard work up until now, but those circumstances are shifting. You're starting to feel the positive energy coming through and starting to feel more lucky in a way. And we have that here too. I feel like following your dreams, your hearts with this energy. It sounds silly, but I feel that with this card. And again, focusing your energy elsewhere. You could also be focusing on love and a partnership instead. I see this much like the Ten of Wands, looking towards this side and seeing what's available there, because I still think that, let me actually find out what the Three of Swords is about. Actually, I want you. With the Seven of Pentacles there, I feel like the Three of Swords has been something that has bothered you for a long time, that you've dealt with for months, maybe even years. And it's still heavily on your mind. You still reflect on it quite a bit, whatever the situation may have been. But progress is happening, and it's indicated in the cards, and you're starting to be able to look elsewhere and move past that energy. Three of Pentacles. The Empress and the Nine of Pentacles. You're feeling like that abundant energy here, like you have it made this week. Things are working out. This is associated with the Three, where people are basically looking at what you have to offer, what you're doing, whether you're actually painting and getting recognition for that. That's of course a possibility, but it could be anything, in which case the accolades are enormous. The Empress here, very well respected feminine energy, as is the Nine of Pentacles, very much able to take care of herself. You'll experience some form of like freedom and independence and wealth as well. Money coming in could be a strong possibility for some of you. Achievements with the Empress card too, and that Three of Pentacles. So let me get the Fool. Chariot. Lots of progress towards positivity happening very quickly for you. And things are gaining momentum. So especially if, for instance, you're working on something, you're part of a team, you focus your energy on a hobby, it feels as though if you have people that you're sharing this with, that it's not long before people are like, wow, you have so much talent. You should do a show here, or how about you do this thing over here? Maybe I'll buy something from you. You could be getting that type of energy coming through for you this week. Someone basically, or people inquiring about your talents. And again, it picks up speed rapidly. Let's get one more for the Three of Swords. The Ace of Rods. You could have had a situation that failed with an initial startup, or something that was a passion of yours since the dawn of time and it didn't work out. But I think that, or you had something negative happen that affected you for a long time. But based on the cards that follow, it doesn't bring you down for at least for this week anyway, it doesn't bring you down for much longer, and you're able to, again, restart the engines in a way and get refueled. I spoke about the Wheel of Fortune, but let's get a card for the Ten of Wands. All the obligations that you have carried up until now has, again, been a heavy burden, and you have been upset over the expectations placed on you. I do think that you have some regrets that are lingering in the back of your mind here, but again, you see things changing, or rather, actually, I don't think you see things changing immediately, but they are. Those two cups start to kind of force their way into the picture and put an end to a possible, like, overly emotional situation that you have been experiencing. Wheel of Fortune. I think the Wheel of Fortune, again, well, first off, I definitely think it changes your circumstances for the better, much like this Five of Swords in this position. And you're able to kind of, it's weird because I almost see an openness in this card, where maybe you were holed up before, you were so upset that you didn't want to go out or speak to anyone, and now those circumstances are changing. You feel like you can be honest with yourself again, or other people. Now, I didn't speak about this, but we had the Eight of Wands as the extra card for love. So even though you have some mistrust or distrust when it comes to love here with that Seven of Swords, just the same, things are still moving rapidly. You could be traveling with a partner. You could be just having tons of communication. This might even be feeling like you're falling for someone, because the Eight of Rods has been known as the rods of love, I believe, in which case you're still feel like you're second guessing those emotions. You're not sure if you should feel that way, but if that's the case, it feels like it's happening anyway. But you may be drawn to someone even though you kind of don't want to be with that Seven of Swords. Some of you are having the opportunity to travel with a partner or move with a partner as well, in which case that's the root of your suspicious energy, where you're like, are they really asking me to do this? Is this going to happen, or is this just like a ruse? Seven of Swords. Oh, look, card of travel. So that could be the case for the majority of you. You're like, I'm not sure what's happening here. I don't think they really mean what they're asking or what they're offering. You could also have your doubts about traveling with someone, moving in with them, if that's being proposed to you. You may also, if you've had a long-term relationship and it had its downs with the Six of Swords, you may also just kind of question that things are starting to get easier, and yeah, being skeptical that you'll be able to get to the other side in the relationship. But it appears that's where it's going. Coins. Eight of Rods is back. So again, there's that opportunity for travel, for a move with a partner, and things moving quickly. Judgment. For some, this energy, this offer of the Ace of Coins could basically resurrect your love life in a way, or resurrect your partnership, make you feel like you're reconnected in a way with the Judgment card. And this appears to be a big thing, a big revelation that is happening in a partnership, particularly if it's long term. If it's more short term, then you could be becoming like aware of your feelings about someone, even though you're trying to pull back on it. There is the possibility of a decision needing to be made here, especially since we have the Ace of Coins saying, here, take me, here's an offer. You're thinking about it, realizing what you want with Judgment, and making the obvious choice, whatever that may be to you. King of Cups. There's that Seven of Swords, though. It's like you don't trust this person, or this person has some sort of emotionally manipulative energy. Ooh. It's the Ace of Cups. This could also be not trusting your feelings for this person for some reason. For those of you not in a relationship, it feels as though this is what this person is proposing, that you actually commit to them, in which case, again, I feel you skeptical of being in a relationship with someone. What do you see as the choice? The preferred choice? Well, there's no real preferred choice. It feels as though, or I could say that it's the thing that makes you the most anxious, which more than likely is being receptive emotionally to another person and accepting and saying yes with the Knight of Cups energy.